be me and pick Mars on Fire Mountain Rally with no practice in tournament.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
I was comedically awful.
Well,
Alright. Well, even start for both of them, but you're not really going to run into any time difference until you get to these hairpins.
yeah, the hairpins are the first real test of this track.
Very wide for Unity, but not... Oh, that's an early death. Mike's going to be very clean through situations like this.
Okay, I think I have to refresh my commentary stream because I think I'm behind. Give me a sec.
Alright. So, in general, Mike excels on those big, long turn sections. He plays on a flight stick, which really lends itself to that setting.
Yeah, I'd say Mike's biggest strength is his experience and the consistency he got from it.
Yeah.
You cannot bank on him crashing a lot, so you need to beat him by going really ham and not crashing in the process, basically.
And I said it a lot last year. The approach you need to take against a player like Mike is go to shorter, simpler tracks where you can match his consistency.
Yeah, I agree.
You honestly can't really take him to a track like Bumpy's unless you are super top level here.
Yeah, it's so easy to make a mistake and take a crash here.
Yeah.
Even if you do the rest of the track super risky and get away with it, it's really hard to make up one crash.
Like, he's beatable here. The thing you have to remember with Mike is he's a relatively safe player. He's just very clean.
Yeah, definitely.
So, he's definitely beatable on any track, but he's going to be getting the same time every time.
Yeah, more or less.
But
those
times won't really be record contention most of the time. They'll just be very, very good.
That's right. It's probably a good idea to take him to a track where playing overly safe actually hurts you the most. So short technical tracks, I'd say, like the Malastare tracks.
All of Malastare is a good choice. Honestly, I'd even say most of them all three of them on Gaza tracks to an extent, just because they're so simple. They're long, but it's easy enough to match consistency there.
Yeah, that's true. Although, to be fair, I think Mike is actually really good on Spiceman Run.
Yes. And... Ooh, that's a rough one for Unity.
Yeah.
In general, short and simple. Oh, that's a rough one for Unity, taking the longest way that's still technically a shortcut on the Sunken City portion.
Yeah, it's still much better than the
longest
run, but yeah.
Oh, ooh.
But yeah, you can see Mike's consistency here. He hasn't crashed yet. He's taken the shortcut twice now with good speed. Not perfect speed, but good enough.
Yeah. This track is... Like, looking at Mike, you'd think this track isn't all that hard. Look at Unity and realize he's an above-average player going for this track.
Yeah.
A lot of these tracks are deceptively difficult, even though there's no individually crazy section of them. Like, the closest you get for crazy sections is this shortcut Mike's going into, and the hairpin following it. There's nothing else that's really super difficult here.
Yeah, this is definitely the hardest section, although, to be fair, the hairpins at the start are also difficult to take well, but not as nearly as dangerous as this.
Once you get used to them, they're not too bad. Like...
Yeah, I think that was a safety repair, and I approve of that, because if you have an orange engine, then you might as well repair.
Yeah.
Just to be safe, so you don't get a red engine. And a 436.
I mean, that's the consistency we're talking about. All three of his laps were within 1.6 seconds of each other.
Yeah. That's just Mike in a nutshell. I think in his in his Bunta Classic PB with Bullseye, he got 3 laps that were basically similar to each other. I think there was 1/100th of the difference between 2 of them.
Yeah.
And the other 2 were exactly the same, which was crazy to see.
Yeah, Mike beat my PB with that, by the way. By about 6 seconds.
Yeah, for reference, this is about 8 seconds away from world record. So you can see he's not really pushing extremely hard, but he's just extremely consistent.
That's actually a good point from Raichu Knight. You can use repair in place of braking sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually pretty useful in some parts.
I mean, I used it to interrupt most of my boosts on Bunta Classic.
So Unity coming in with a 437.
537.
Oh, yes.
They're a minute apart, not a second apart. If it was a second apart, that would have been some very different commentary.
Yeah, so now the players each get to ban 2 tracks permanently that are out for the rest of this set. And after that, the winner, so Mikey, will get 1 pot ban for the next track only. And after that... Wait, I mixed it up, didn't I?
I was reading chat. What were you saying?
I was trying to tell the audience how exactly the ban system is going to go. But I think I mixed it up with the pot and the track ban again. So...
Yeah.
How was it exactly?
So it's the 2 permanent bans for each player.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot. Mike has this thing against Executioner.
I don't know why.
Okay, we're just not seeing any Uvu. Vengeance, Executioner, and Gauntlet are all banned. What else is Mike getting rid of? What else doesn't he like? Maybe something like Inferno?
No, I think he likes Inferno, actually.
Okay. And I feel like he'll take out high variance tracks.
Oh, he's banning Zaga Challenge. Interesting.
Maybe he hasn't practiced the skip.
Oh, yeah, that could be. Maybe he's afraid of the skip.
That would explain Executioner, too.
Yeah, you're right.
King Bean, the bans were all of Uvu and Zaga. We're not getting Ben on this first track, or second track.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. Might as well take Mike off his most consistent, because I would assume Ben is by far his most played.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's an approach I tried against him multiple times, or in multiple tracks. The one time I played him last year, he's just as good on bowls.
Yeah. I'm curious to see him on no upgrades, though. Like, I'm really curious how he does on no upgrades. Oh, you were right, actually. Mike is temporarily banning Inferno for the next track.
Yeah, I figured moderately high variance.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, Nacho, I'm trying to get a score update in. There we go.
Oh, thank you.
It just took a while for it to populate. It's nice to see a lot of people in Twitch chat knowing our rules, even though they're not in the tournament. At least well enough to tell people.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And our rules mostly didn't change. We really just changed the first track selection and added the forcing thing.
Yeah. I would say the forcing of no upgrades and skips really changes up the ban dynamic, though.
It really does. Spice Mine Run. This is a track I know Unity's practiced quite a bit.
Has he?
Yes.
Oh, then I'm curious how this is gonna go. I'm actually curious what Pod is going to be used here. And there's going to be no forces on this, so it's going to be max upgrades. Or rather, upgrades.
And I feel
Doesn't
like this
have to be max.
I feel like this isn't a track you'd force no upgrades on.
Well, Nacho did it against me, but I think he forgot that Bolus actually is faster than Vito, sadly.
Yeah, I mean, you can translate a lot of Beto stuff to bowls on that track.
Yeah. You just can't beat Bolus with Beto, that's the point.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah, I agree with King Bean that Mike is really scary here. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he just pops out a 342, maybe even a 341, like it's nothing. Oh no, never mind, it's no Ben. So we're gonna probably see Bolus, so it's not gonna be that low.
Probably
but it's gonna be a sub 4. Maybe even a sub 350.
I mean, bowls can get 46, 47.
Yeah.
But it's not easy.
No, not by any means.
He can get within a couple seconds of Ben. I really should get a 342 here. I've got a mid 43. All right, we have the ready from one of our players. We're just waiting on Mike.
I think he's changing some upgrades.
Yep.
You'll not find a better
So that is another thing in this game.
I think, huh?
Traction, more traction is most of the time actually bad for you. On most tracks in this game you want to have low traction, because with lower traction you have a better sliding ability, which is really important at a high level.
You do have to be very careful with lowering your traction on bowls, because you are basically on ice skates.
Yeah.
But I've had times where I've had to play, like, I've done one-on-one practice with people where we've wound up doing no Ben Malastare 100. First time I got forced into that, I did a 20 FPS or 24 FPS R20 bowls.
Ooh, that's sliding.
I have not done it since. So, yeah.
Although, I gotta say, Bolus
is 36 R60 for him.
Yeah, that
worked out
probably
very well.
worked a bit better. But generally, I would say Bolus is actually pretty good for Malastare.
Oh, 100%.
100.
Good for Doug Derby, too.
Yeah. Although I'd probably prefer Master just because of his agility.
Oh, yeah.
And here we go. Both on Bolus, which is nice to see.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm not sure how much Digital's practiced bowls here. He is going, okay. I actually like that line from Digital. It's not as short a line, but it does make holding that boost a lot safer.
Yeah. He's gonna have trouble having high enough heat to use this faster render. So in case you're not aware, the conveyor belt, the three-way crossroads they're going over, or just went over, is what we call fast terrain in this game. And fast terrain naturally speeds you up, which means if you can, you want to avoid boosting on it, but only if you can do it without underheating. And yeah, you want to explain real quick what underheating means?
Underheating is... Well, first off, to explain underheating, you have to explain how the heat mechanic itself works.
Yeah.
The longer you are boosting, the more your pod heats up. Eventually you overheat and catch fire. While you're not boosting, you are continuously cooling down. Underheating is cooling down for too long and sitting on 0 heat, which is basically just wasted time that you could be boosting. So it's unrecoverable time loss. While I was talking on that, DigitalUnity did go a little too tight on one of the market section corners. Did not end very well for him.
Yeah, first crash of the race here. And Mike still crashless. Not
Mike's
to my
just being-
surprise. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Unity's really got to work on his just kind of boost management in general. It was the same on Bumbies. He's struggling to hold long enough boosts. And that's really costing him a lot of time where he's underheating when he doesn't have to be.
Yeah, it's one of the things that's really hard to get into your muscle memory.
Yeah, I still struggle with it. There are a lot of times where I just underestimate. But Mike with a perfect heat level through the market section and a 115 lap too with bowls.
Yeah, he's looking like a 346, 47, like you said, if he can keep this up.
I don't know, if he goes super ham this lap, we might see a 45.
Maybe. I don't think so, though. I think this is like 46 pace.
Yeah, probably.
You have to keep in mind doing the ending of this track optimally on the pre is extremely difficult.
True. But this is Mike.
Yeah, but then again, that's like a high-risk thingy, you know, like boosting in the end. I don't think he will go for it.
I mean, it won't be totally optimal, but he is going to finish on much higher heat in those last couple laps.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
It's quite possibly going to be a full second faster. Or more.
You might be right. We'll see very soon.
Because he's going into cage with full heats. And he's boosting through it.
So for reference, for any new viewers, you always want to be on as high heat as you possibly can when you cross the finish line on the pre. So you used as much boost as you possibly could have. Yeah, that's pretty good heat. 346. Excellent time.
Yeah, that's a very good. That's for reference from like last time. That's what 5 seconds off record.
6, but yeah. And the record is done with pen, obviously. So you're not gonna get much faster on this track by using bullets.
Digital slides a little too long. One thing to bear in mind with sliding is it does make your pod a lot more fragile.
Yeah, indirectly, basically, because your pod takes up more space on a horizontal level, so it's easier to bump a wall and crash while you slide.
Yeah.
So, 2-0 for Mike. We're gonna see where we're gonna go next. But yeah, I really hope Digital is taking him to either no upgrades or skips, because I think that's his best shot at taking a track off Mike here.
So I haven't seen Mike ever really do that much no upgrades.
Yeah, right, and same for skips. I mean, he does some skips, but
Yeah,
not
he
really
does
a lot.
probably only a little bit more than me.
So I want to see Digital at least trying to really take Mike out of his comfort zone here. Yeah, he did find one of the most latest variants for the biscuit, that's true. And that was like, what, 10 years ago? But yeah, I totally agree with Andy. That's exactly what I think Digital should do. Either that or just go no upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to put this into context, this is one of the matches in our round robin phase. We have 2 groups, both doing a single round robin. And after that, based on the position achieved in the group, players will be seeded into a final double elimination break.
Yes. No upgrades Abyss.
Ooh, yes, it's spicy.
With bowls not banned.
That's actually scary.
God, Oh, that is... that's terrifying. I'm not even playing and I'm scared of it.
So that's one force used by Digital, which leaves him with 1 force left. But yeah, this is scary because Bolus is optimal here, no question. But it's extremely difficult to use him. The Potman was banned.
And Ben's the
So we're
close...
gonna see both players unequipping their current upgrades to no upgrades, and then we'll see them on no upgrades to this. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Do you think Digital has practiced this?
I doubt it.
I mean, you would assume so, right?
Yeah. And the other question is... Hello?
So I guess I had a short DC, but I'm back now, hopefully.
The question is... Outside of this tournament setting, who the hell practices this?
That's a good question.
Like,
But this is a really strong counter pick if you're good at it.
yeah.
Because no upgrades Bolus, I imagine, has a really tough time climbing back up. But wait,
If you're no upgrades bowls also doesn't have that hard a time staying up.
well, if you break, yeah.
Honestly, if you're looking at a balance of turning and boosting for staying up,
They're both going bullseye. So,
I can respect that.
same. But I don't think you can beat Mike here if you go bullseye and he goes bullseye too. Like, no offense to Digital, but Mike is really consistent on bullseye on this track.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you've got to go fast.
And
Honestly,
I can tell
if you're not comfortable with bowls, Sebulba might actually be the play then.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'd 100% go Sebulba over Bullseye against Mike here.
I think it's just a comfort thing. We'll see how it goes, but it's gonna be rough for Digital.
Draco, I'm not a huge fan of Mars in like true no upgrades.
He's still better than Bullseye though, and he would have an easier time climbing up. So.
Yeah. But Mars has his own problem of, since his boost isn't actually all that strong, and his cooldown is stupid long.
Yeah, he's slower than Sebulba or Bolus, of course, but he's faster than Bullseye.
Mm-hmm. I'd definitely say Sebulba's the pick here. He's got the handling to stay up, the traction to make the climb if you really need to.
I can see that. But frankly, if you pick this as a counter pick, no upgrades, then you might as well go Bolus and practice Bolus for this.
Yeah. Or, at a certain point, ban Bowls. Go here, pick Sebulba.
Oh yeah, that could work, but then there's Ben, who would beat Sebulba.
No upgrades Ben is so stiff, though, it's going to be really hard to stay up.
Yeah. We will see. We will see. I think for now they're both using Bullseye.
Yeah.
So players got the countdown and they should be going very soon.
I can completely respect I can completely respect going Bullseye here if you're not confident on others. But he is the safest option here.
Yeah.
I mean, Astor, that is what I meant by stiff. He is gonna have trouble actually turning strongly enough. Like his turning response is his turning rate is very slow. So I'm referring to turning slowly, not loose or tight.
And here we go.
Ah, damn it, Aster.
Yeah, you gave that one. You gave that one away on the silver platter.
Oh, there is the drop from Digital. Oh, he tries to make the climb and hits the seam.
Ah, yeah, that's rough. That's also really rough for your like mental. Oh,
Oh no! I have never seen that error.
yeah, that's truly unfortunate, and this might as well seal this track already. But he
made it.
he made it. Well done, though. In the end, he made it. But like Mike would need to fall down twice at this point, I'd say.
If Mike falls and doesn't make the climb once, that actually puts them more or less tied.
Yeah, I think he'd still be ahead at this point.
Yeah, probably with third death.
You can see that Digital knows how to climb back up, though, so that's kind of reassuring.
Yeah, I know he did practice Abyss. I don't know if he practiced it no upgrades.
So we can see the difference. So Mike with a 107, and you just can't look at how clean he is with his turns. You can't expect him to fall down. It's not something you can bank on. That's 15 seconds difference.
That means a fall actually does keep Digital in there.
Yeah, true.
Because the fall adds 25 seconds.
Did you see how clean he just went through that? Do you really think he's gonna fall?
I don't think it's impossible.
It's not impossible, that's true.
I'm clean for Digital.
Yeah, Digital is looking pretty good here. I think
that lap 1 was more of a fluke than anything.
Yeah.
Although he's trying to slot boost, which I don't agree with.
Not in this setting, no. Let's see. It's a strong lap from Mike.
Yeah. 105. Pretty good no upgrades.
He basically needs to fall here for Digital to have any chance.
Yeah. And doesn't look like it. The vast majority of falls are on the first turn since it's a lot tighter.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're Mike and you're on a flight stick and are so used to this.
Like I said in the first track, those long sweeping turns are very much where Mike excels. Ooh, make the climb, buddy. Aw. He's also climbing the wrong. He's also tilting the wrong direction for the climb.
I mean, as long as it works, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other direction makes it slightly faster. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, he almost made it with that last climb.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see that Mike's already done here.
Yeah.
Basically.
And hey, you guys all get to see the penalty lap on Abyss.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really nothing special.
It's quite difficult to navigate, actually.
I mean, it's a big circle.
Yeah, but it's not exactly a circle, or it has like edges everywhere. And,
True.
You know what I mean?
The penalty lap is really cool.
Yeah, we should have a category for this that says 3 times penalty lap. I'd be curious to see this optimized, you know, going through there with Ben with boosting.
The other question is, when do you drop?
I mean, probably in turn 1 and just don't brake.
Probably.
Because you need to keep in mind, if you're on the bottom half, you can actually take the turns tighter because you have more track to go.
True.
To go closer to the corner. You know, it's not a lot, but it's a small difference.
Yeah. Never really thought about that. You cannot race as Jar Jar, and I am very grateful for that fact. It's kind of incredible to me just how much faster Bullseye gets with upgrades.
Yeah, it's because of his low base speed. So
Yeah,
top,
I mean
top speed.
you're almost a full minute faster with upgrades.
So yeah, that's 3-0 for Mike so far.
Yeah.
Let's see where we go next.
So we're still doing no bend, which I'm not 100% sure I agree with. But at a certain point, you just kind of have to say, you just kind of have to take the bend. You just have to take the bend duel. Are you back? Hello, Ace. All right, looks like I'm flying solo for a little bit. Like I said, at a certain point, you got to pick Ben v. Ben. Though we're getting more Ord Ibana. Death Row. My favorite tracks.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had a DC again.
There you go.
But I'm back now.
We're getting Ord Ibana again with Death Row's Revenge. This is actually probably a very good track selection against Mike. And
what pot did he ban?
Ben.
Okay.
But I think Death Rose is a very good ban against Mike. Or a very good pick against Mike.
I'm not sure if I agree, because I mean it's easy to
yeah, I mean that's the big thing is you've got to try and find something where you can match him.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
If someone's strength is their peaks, you practice consistency and do bigger technical tracks. If someone's strength is their consistency, you take shorter ones where you're less likely to screw up.
Alright, we'll see Max upgrade defrost then.
King Bean, you're not wrong. But you are absolutely not wrong. But you definitely want to pick stuff where you can match up a little better to his strengths. So you take Death Rose, anyone can much more easily match clean lines because there's far fewer technical spots to mess up.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Like maybe the cage section towards the end is going to have some problems.
And there's that one corner at the start, which if you try to boost through it, can easily cost you a crash.
Yeah. And once you're used to it, it is not super difficult to be consistent. But there is always a risk associated with that one.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you touch this wall while boosting, there's always a chance that you just blow up.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't stop me. But
yeah, when I do 100% runs, I always take this corner safe and don't try to boost through it.
I mean that's fair. That's a while into Hondo.
I would do the same in tournament, though. Gotta be honest. So maybe that's where you can beat me. Just boost through that corner on deep cross. I'd probably just crash somewhere else, to be honest. So
And it's a tricky one. There's nothing super crazy on the track, but it's not the easiest.
yeah, the ending is kind of difficult if you want to try to overheat at the end with the
Yeah.
out of bounds ending.
I mean, it's hard just to blanket not underheat on the earlier laps too.
Yeah. Okay, players getting ready. Yeah, we can see Digital has a 234 PB with bowlers here, which is, well, it's not a top time, but it's decent.
Yeah, 234 is not bad.
I think Mike has some trouble with this game.
Yeah, I mean,
Restarting.
I'm not sure why he doesn't run it windowed.
Yeah, neither. But I mean, I guess it works for him, so
Yeah.
more or less.
How the hell does he record it?
I think he's using for his runs. He's actually using Bandicam.
Nah.
He used to, at least. But I think he must be on OBS right now, right? Because he's streaming.
Yeah.
So, gonna see another bolus pick here.
No surprises.
Yeah.
I got everything you need.
He's definitely the second best here after Ben. No question.
Oh, I just want to see Elon Mack. I want to see my round engine boy.
I think we saw him yesterday, actually, in the
I
match.
believe so, but I only caught 2 races of that match.
Yeah, King Bean picked it against Metallica on Inferno, and it was Elon Mack versus Mars. And I think they ended up only 1 second apart at the end, so it was
Nice.
quite exciting.
All right, looks like players are ready.
The players already got the countdown, so it should be going very soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, this track is, as you said, compared to other tracks, especially in the Galactic circuit, rather simple.
Yeah. Honestly, if there wasn't an Uvu track earlier in this circuit, I would almost say swap this and Vengeance.
Yeah.
I mean, Vengeance really feels like a mid-semi-pro or early Galactic track more so than it does an amateur track.
Definitely.
And I say that as someone who really likes Vengeance, because it is a well-designed track.
I agree. It's actually one of my favorites to do in tournament. For some reason.
Honestly, all 3 of the Uvu tracks are super well designed. The execution on Executioner is not great though. Oh, Digital almost fell off. Oh, and he crashes into the ceiling.
Yeah, that's kind of the
it's
corner I
dark.
meant earlier, but he actually crashed into the ceiling, which I haven't seen before.
You can see, first off, I just want to say DigitalUnity is effectively a much newer runner. He did start last year, but he took a long break.
Yeah, and Mike is probably, at this point, the most experienced runner in the whole
The most
community.
experienced active runner by a wide margin.
Yeah. Like, even if you consider inactive runners, I don't think there's anyone that has more experience than him.
Yeah. I mean, Dave's not super far off.
Yeah, he came in a few years later though, and I don't think he had quite as long as a period of activeness.
Sure.
And on top of that, he's more of a specialist.
Yeah, he very much specializes in the amateur circuit.
Yeah.
But on the amateur circuit tracks, you will almost never find anyone better.
Yeah, Dave is really good there. Especially on Mongasa. Probably his best trick.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
Mike
guess-
took the risky boost. Did you
Yeah, I
see
mean,
that?
for runner experience, I guess now Draco's right there with him too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mike
A little
and
bit
Draco.
framey from Mike, but
Yeah, we can still see what's going on there. But yeah, Mike and Draco go back a long time in this game.
yeah.
They had the first real IL rivalry in time trial.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a sub 210. Or going for the out of bounds finish. Very nice.
2:11.
2:11.
All right. That's only 3 seconds off my PB with Ben.
Yeah. I mean, Borders isn't that much slower than Ben, to be fair.
Yeah. But he got that close to my actual PB in tournament. That's whew. I mean, this is one of the tracks where I think the difference between Bowles and Ben is bigger.
I'd say the shorter the track, the smaller the difference. As long as there's no
Yeah.
underheating or like really tight.
It's also much longer, consistent boosts.
Yeah, that's true.
So you do just kind of have more boosting uptime.
Oh, I'm liking what DigitalUnity is saying.
Just to give a glimpse behind the curtain, Digital's first words on this round are, "Let's have a real stupid time with it." I'm very scared. Mike
Yeah,
has
Mike-
not crashed yet.
Yeah. I wouldn't have expected him to crash on these tracks, though, to be honest. Like, if you want Mike to crash,
Bumpy.
take him to Grab Ryan.
Bumpy's
fire
was definitely
mountain.
possible.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, that's fair enough. So Mike banning Inferno, DigitalUnity banning Van. And let's see what Oh yes.
Oh, we're doing Abyss. We're doing the Abyss run back with skips.
Oh, I love it.
I mean, it's high enough variance that there's a shot.
Definitely. If he practiced this.
It is arguably the highest variance
So
pick possible.
yeah, maybe Inferno skip is even worse, but yeah, it's up there. But yeah, for you guys that have struggled with Abyss in your childhood and maybe still struggle today, just watch what's about to happen. So
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, next time you play
Don't
this
spoil
track,
it. Don't spoil it for anyone
no,
who hasn't seen it.
I'm just saying, next time you play this track, you can make the track hate you instead of you hating the track. It's
Mhm.
gonna be great.
And I'm just gonna preface this by saying this skip is infinitely easier than the full track, and there are not many tracks like that.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any where the skip is easiest.
Yeah, you could argue Bunta Classic is easier with the skip. But then again, the skip time is more optimized, so...
Yeah.
So... yeah. You're also gonna probably see... No, I'm not gonna say it. You guys are gonna see what's gonna happen next. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, this is about to get very silly. It's I'll give one hint to what this skip. I'll give one hint for what the skip's going to look like to anyone who hasn't seen it. Bit cryptic. I'll just say meteorology.
That's really cryptic.
Yeah.
Like I know the skip and I don't even get it. I kinda, I guess.
You know what I describe the skip as.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really good to see
Change
some of
your
these skips being
mind.
used in tournament. It's great to see.
Colpa da banchi d'anco.
Yesterday we had 2 skips as well, and 1 no upgrades one. We had a skip on Underprime Centrum, and we had a skip on Bunta Classic, which was really cool.
You ban my people.
Mike is using Rand Sandage. That sounds strange. I thought he's the worst character in this game.
Max upgrades, is he worse than Sebulba?
I wonder what this is about.
In all seriousness, is he worse than Sebulba at max upgrades? Players appear ready. Players have been given the countdown, and Ace has been disconnecting again.
Yeah, I'm back now.
Okay.
So yeah, why are they using the worst character in the game? This is confusing me, Kappa.
And don't worry, we'll explain everything as it happens. Or probably after it happens, because it's going to be quick. Meanwhile, we're getting a little bit treated. We're getting treated to a little bit of Duel of the Fates. Raichu, you can't downgrade to worse than stock.
I mean, you can play around with your tricks. And we see Mike going up.
If anyone's ever seen some Mario 64 runs, that's why I said Meteorology, because it's basically the Weather Tenko.
Yeah, just it's much easier. So, oh no, Unity is gonna fall off. Oh, that hurts.
And he gets penalty laps.
Yeah, that can happen if you don't make it back. And Mike is gonna finish it off here, in style with a sub 5 lap, hopefully. No, yeah, he is.
423.
And there you see
So-
Abyss being beaten in less than 30 seconds.
A little bit of explanation. Oh, Digital's just flying around now.
Yeah, I guess we have some
Little bit.
time while he's going around.
Yeah, a little bit of explanation. That skip functions because the checkpoint system's very weird. You basically fly off from the starting line, trigger a checkpoint off to the side, then land behind the starting line and cross the starting line, finishing the lap.
Well, I wouldn't describe it as checkpoint, but rather you fly over the penalty lap, which is a different zone on the track.
Yeah.
So the game thinks you're basically in the middle of the lap, and then you just go back, swoop up behind the line, land again, and do it again. And the way Mike did it on the last lap, you don't even have to cross the line. You can cross the line while going up and then going left, and that's how he got a lap that was so quick. I think the world record for the flaps skip is 2.39 seconds here.
Something like that.
It's quite funny. But yeah, I'm glad Digital brought this out. Even though...
Oh, that's why he failed. He swings way too wide out.
Oh yeah. And here we go again. Okay, is he forfeiting?
Yeah, he is.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Well, that is 5-0 sweep for Mike.
But yeah, that's it then. That's a 5-0 for Mike. Probably what we expected, but at least Digital tried to take him out of his comfort zone. And that's exactly how you do it. 29 Abyss skip is very beatable. So, everyone in Group 2, I hope you watched.
Yeah.
And took some notes.
There are definitely strats. Like, there are definitely ways to
That might be
approach.
seed again.
There are definitely ways to approach any opponent.
Yeah, I don't know what is wrong with my connection, but I guess I DC'd again.
Raichu, stock parts are incapable of being damaged. That's hard-coded into the game. Do we want to get racers in here for a brief interview?
Yeah, we can do that. Also, stock parts can show up in the junkyard, so you probably saw the tier 2 part.
Yeah.
Also, what I wanted to say is, I hope everyone in Group 2 took notes, because the 29 Abyss is very beatable if you can do the skip well.
Yeah,
So,
Mike was not great on his setup for lap 2 skip, was where a lot of the time lead came in.
But yeah, I appreciate that Digital tried to take him out of his comfort zone. But yeah, let's get them in here.
Yep. All right, there is DigitalUnity.
Hi. Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
we can hear you.
Good, good.
So that looked fun.
It was gonna be more fun if I actually pulled off the skip 3 times.
Yeah. Don't swing out quite as far to the left when you're triggering it. You don't have to go very far to trigger the lap.
And
then you'll-
hello,
Yeah, I think I
Mikeyburger.
overcorrected.
Oh yeah.
It's been a bit since I've used Flight Stick, I guess, because I've been playing so much of the port.
And welcome, Mikey.
Oh yeah.
There he is.
Good God, your mic is quiet.
Oh, you want to hear me?
Yeah, I can.
All right. Is that any better?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So what do we talk about here?
And I just first off want to ask for both of you, how much Abyss skip have you practiced?
It's a good question.
Because Mike, I know skips aren't your main focus.
Yeah, I did a little bit of a bis skip actually in my warm-up practice just for the match because I just had a feeling that he was going to pick that. So.
Yeah, you're right.
I practiced it once or twice at length because it's just such a dumb skip, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
But it's obviously been a hot minute.
Yeah, I think it's kind of one of those that, like, if you get it right, you just get like a crazy time. But if you kind of miss it and mess it up, then you kind of like lose like a heck of a lot of time.
Yeah, because
wind
you
up
land in the
getting a
penalty lane.
It's one of those skips that can be very high variance, like Info said earlier.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a good counter pick. I really liked that you picked it.
Yeah, I thought
Didn't
it was
work out, but it was a good pick.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't expect it to work out. I just wanted to have fun.
That's a totally valid approach.
Were you happy with any of your times, Digital?
I was happy that I crashed less often. My times being a minute slower than yours on all counts is it's a little bit wow. I clearly have a lot of room to grow and a lot of progress to make. That's words.
Yeah. How long have you been playing?
Well, I used to play the game a lot as a kid, and then I picked it back up again in 2019, and then there was a really long gap of time where I did nothing with it, and I've really been getting back into it lately.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think the trouble is like with some of the players here that we just have so much experience with the game. It's
Yeah.
really helps that. You know, the more you play, the more you make progress, and it's just one of those games you have to like know a lot of stuff with.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's why I saw that I was going up against you today and kind of had this soft realization, well, best have fun.
Yeah, I think the matches should get more interesting actually as time goes on, as it gets a bit closer competition.
Yeah, I don't actually know who's scheduled to match against me next, but I think the rest of the people in my bracket are around my skill group, so I should start appearing competitive.
Yeah, there should be some really nice matches.
I'll be scheduling my match with you in probably a little over a week from now.
Oh wait, you're in my skill group? Oh, I'm doomed.
Oh, yeah. I'm in your
Or
your
not
group.
skill group, you're in my bracket.
Also, the match I'm probably looking forward to the most is King Bean versus Mike in Group 2. That should be a real good match.
Oh yeah,
But,
that is gonna be a really good match.
Yeah, the next match on the schedule is actually tomorrow at 4 p.m. EDT. Most likely going to be on the same channel as today. Not sure
Who
yet,
is it?
but
who's
it's
playing?
Zelaskala versus Belios. So
That should be a fun one, actually.
definitely, yeah. It's a
Like,
group run match.
Zelaskalar has leveled up hard from last
He
year.
has, yeah.
Like, he was already pretty decent, but, I mean, he qualified, what, 5th now?
Yeah, 5th seed in qualifying.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
Belios is I think he's a rookie, but I think he made some good progress, so I'm looking forward to see that match tomorrow.
Mhm.
As I
I
said,
think he's
4
gonna be
p.m.
rookie of the year, right?
Oh, we will see. We will see. But yeah, do you guys have anything to add?
Other than a more public form of GG, not really.
Well done on getting some times you're happy with. I mean, like you said, that's the main thing. So that's a good start for you.
Mhm.
You gotta work
Alright.
on not hitting so many things, which I think to some degree I've been doing this this dumb Nuzlocke challenge. I say dumb, it's actually a lot of fun. But I've been doing the Nuzlocke challenge thing that's been going around in the Racer Discord. It's helpful on the first few courses in each circuit because I'm getting pretty solid at not crashing in those.
Hmm.
But you know, you start getting out of that boundary and you hit things that I've not done yet on that challenge, so crashless becomes less and less anticipated.
Yeah. And it just takes a lot of practice.
It does.
Every single thing about this game.
Yeah, like, even if it's not with the same racers, I think just any amount of practice to not hit things is a good start. Getting a feel
Yeah,
for
definitely.
the way that the physics work.
Yeah. Alright, we should probably call it there.
Alright.
Yeah, it was a great match. Thank you guys
Yeah, it was a fun one.
for racing.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll definitely be seeing more of you coming in. And any last words?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say again, tomorrow 4 p.m. EDT is the next match, so tune in, guys, if you want to see more pod racing, and have a nice day.
Alright, goodbye.
See you later.